Good morning students. Today we are starting chapter 4, Structure of Atom of class 9 science. Now in the last chapter, that is atoms and molecules, we have learned about Dalton's atomic theory, according to which atoms are indivisible particles. Means you cannot further divide an atom into smaller particles. But later on, many experiments were done by different scientists, and they said that atoms can be divided into further subatomic particles called electrons, protons and neutrons. So in this chapter, we will learn about the discovery of these different particles, the different models of atom that were given to explain the arrangement of these different particles inside the atom, how these particles are arranged inside the atom. So different models were given, and then we will study about the distribution of electrons in different orbits around the nucleus. So let us start with the discovery of protons. In 1886, scientist called E. Goldstein, he performed an experiment in discharge tube, and he found that certain rays are emitted from the anode, positively charged electrode. So there were two electrodes, positive and negatively charged electrode on both the ends, and he found that certain rays are emitted from the positively charged electrode, and he called these rays as canal rays. Since these rays were emitted from positive charged electrode and they were moving towards a negative charge, so he concluded that these canal rays contains positively charged particles, and these positively charged particles were called as protons. The mass of proton is around 2000 times the mass of electron, and its charge is +1 unit. So in this way the proton was discovered. Later on in 1900, J. Thompson performed cathode ray experiment, and he found that certain rays are emitted. In the same discharge tube he performed the experiment, and he found that certain rays are emitted from the negatively charged electrode, and these rays were moving from cathode towards anode. Means these contain negatively charged particles, and these negatively charged particles were called as electrons. The mass of electrons was found to be negligible, and they carry a unit negative charge. Means the charge on proton and electron are equal, but they have opposite sign, while the mass of proton is around 2000 times the mass of electron. So electrons have a negligible mass and a charge of -1 unit. So two particles were discovered inside the atom, protons and electrons. Later on, neutron was discovered by Chadwick, and so there are three types of subatomic particles we have to learn. Protons, positive charge, mass is taken as 1 unit. Neutrons are neutral, they have no charge, the mass is same as that of proton, 1 unit, and electron have negative charge and negligible mass. So these are the three types of subatomic particles. Later on, scientists thought that how these particles are arranged inside the atom. So the different models were given. In this session we will discuss the Thompson model of atom. So first model that was given by Thompson. According to Thompson, an atom is similar to a Christmas pudding. See the Christmas pudding here. His model was similar to Christmas pudding. Means the cake or the pudding carries a positive charge, and the raisins present on it, these raisins present on it, they are the negatively charged particle. So he gave a model similar to Christmas pudding. He said that atom is a sphere of positively charged particles, and the electrons are embedded in it, just like the raisins are embedded inside the Christmas pudding. You can also compare his model to a watermelon. See here in this diagram, His model can also be compared to watermelon. The red portion is a positive charge and the seeds, these seeds inside this watermelon can be compared to electrons. So just in the same way as seeds are embedded inside the red part of the watermelon, similarly according to Thompson, the electrons are embedded inside the positively charged sphere of atom. So an atom is a positively charged sphere and electrons are set within the sphere. So this was a Thomson model. So we can discuss the points. According to Thomson model, an atom is a positively charged sphere with electrons set within it. Atom is electrically neutral. How? The number of, he said that the number of protons is equal to the number of electrons. Since they are equal in number, that means the atom is electrically neutral. It has no charge. Now there were certain shortcomings of Thomson model, which was his incorrect assumptions. And what were those incorrect assumptions? Electrons are embedded in the positively charged sphere. And second was positive charge in the atom holds a negatively charged electron. So these were the shortcomings of Thomson model. The next two models, that is Rutherford and Bohr's model, we will discuss in the next session. That's all in this session. Thank you.